Hey y'all, it's May the 31st, 2015. This is part one of me tearing down Leticia Putte. I know it's a funny name. I know you probably never heard of her. She happens to be running for mayor of San Antonio, Texas right now. Her and Ivy Taylor, in fact, they're both prospects for the mayor of San Antonio, Texas right now. Ivy Taylor, she's the already standing mayor of San Antonio in place of one Julian Castro, who is zipped right up to the White House cabinet. I'll cover him later. Anyways, this is about Leticia Vanderpoot. Alright, let me just say this about all the candidates. I forget a lot of their names. They're very forgettable. In fact, if you go online and you look them up, look for news and little tidbits on them, every single one of these candidates are extremely forgettable. It's very hard to even understand or take in what they feel about anything. They don't have any stances. They're like little jellyfish that blend into the background and, you know what I'm saying, don't stand for anything. Might wonder, with all that's going on in the nation, all that's going on in the world, you know what I'm saying? Should you even be covering something so trivial as these guys running who don't even really have opinions on anything here in San Antonio? Yes, it might be trivial. Yes, it might be a waste of time. But you know what? Somebody's got to do it. All right? How are you going to have a whole city full of politicians and doesn't one of them look any different from the other one? In fact, they're all friends on record, and none of them have opinions. All right? That's what I'm dealing with here. Anyways, I went to Leticia Vanderpoot's own personal website to see if maybe somewhere, maybe there's a written copy of things that she, like policies or how she feels about something. Anyways, you go to this website, and I left a link in the box below. I'll tell you to you like this. If you have trouble going to sleep, you're an insomniac, just can't seem to go to sleep, go to this website. You're going to fall instantly to sleep. It says nothing about anything. It's crazy. I mean, you're going to have to sift through a lot of just nothingness. It's very boring. But I did come across this detail, and this will be the main subject of my first video, part one of tearing down Leticia Vanderpoot. Let's hope there's not too many more parts. But I came across a section in her policies section of her website in which she admitted herself that San Antonio suffers from a crippling amount of obesity and diabetes. I wonder where you heard that before. Anyways, this lady, just so you know, happens to have a lot of obesity on her. Got some diabetes brewing up on her. Right? So I guess this would concern her, and so she thought about it and she said, you know what? We got all this obesity. We got diabetes here, there, and everywhere. This is how we're gonna fix it, says Leticia. She says, we need to expand our parks and recreation places and make them look all pretty. Guess what? People are gonna go into those parks and they're just gonna erase obesity and diabetes off the map. That's how it's gonna happen. That's how it's gonna work. Let me tell you something about that Leticia Vanderpoot. I just would like to remind people I don't work jobs that make very much money. I'm saying I'm not a genius either. But what you said does not make any sense and would not make any difference. I don't care how much you beautify these parks, it's not going to erase obesity and diabetes out of the world capital of obesity and diabetes. It's not going to do it. I hate to break that to you. But the thing is, I don't even think you're that stupid to think that that's true. Because first of all, you have money. I'm sure you've been in different political chairs, and yet and still you haven't been able to relieve your own obesity and diabetes. So I mean, you have access to any kind of special parts you want. I'm sure. How come you still got obesity? How come you still got diabetes, Leticia? Now, you probably don't have diabetes, but you're working on it. I'm gonna put it to you like that. I used to work in a Chinese food restaurant. You're working your way up to diabetes. All right. If you happen to want a solution, or maybe just a little bit of progress in the area of obesity and diabetes, you might want to go up. I don't mean to sound like a genius. Let me know if this is over your head. You might want to go up to public schools and you might want to start telling the kids, hey, listen, this, that, this, and this, and this, and that, and this, and this that we're feeding you, those are actually poisons. They're actually chock full of poisons, and you're eating garbage. You're basically eating shined up, packaged garbage. And instead of being in class all day learning stuff that you're not going to use, that you don't even like hearing, instead of doing that, maybe you should go outside and get something done. Stretch your legs a little bit. I believe that if you find that you can make public school children stop eating garbage, shined up, packaged up garbage from out of all the restaurants that are just peppered all over the city that are just spewing out garbage nonstop. You let them know, hey, maybe you might not want to eat this garbage. Hey, maybe you might want to go outside. Uh, Stop watching the Spurs on television all day thinking that you're not going to get diabetes. Like, they're going to save you from diabetes. The Spurs are not going to save you from diabetes. The players of the Spurs, and I don't blame them, could care less about your damn diabetes. Right? That might be a solution. That might be something you might want to roll around. Expanding parks and recreations, uh, that's stupid. You're being stupid. You're playing stupid. Right? Because what you would like to do is not only boondoggle the money that it's used to shine up and beautify these parks, I'm sure. Not only that, but you're going to look to put set aside for certain, probably federal, maybe even UN entities. I mean, you're a Democrat, right? You like to get federal money, right? So maybe you just might rope off real big pieces of land and say, oh man, it's a park now. In fact, it's such a special park, ain't nobody could use it. I'm Leticia Vanderpoot. I'm trying to get rid of diabetes and obesity. That was part one. This is May the 31st, 2015.